It's Nolan.
Being hype, I'm the best in the pocket, don't matter if it's trap or it's drill. I switch the style to appeal, but that do not change how I feel. Domino effect, one hit, now the choppers on deck. 4-4, like I joined that quartet. Lil Uzi hanging out the Corvette. 2Ks, nigga, fuck a badge, coming out the jungle with the Thundercat. What they selling, yo, for the money bags. It's a full course, y'all cut the class. Run the ride like Dame Dash, cut them off the hook, no baby bash. This a red dot, playing laser tag. Bullet with your name, that's a game attack. Fully polished, nigga, fill the wallet with the cheese, homie, that's an enchilada. We can split the pie like a fresh potato. Presidential, I'm the new Obama. Simply immaculate, switching the cabinet. I never sit on the activist. Money get flipped like it's calculus. Industry catalyst, all of my wins are unanimous. I got checks coming 23, we ain't even near. Role model, no Vita gear. I got your favorite rapper in the Frigidaire. Couple years from a millionaire, no mentor, no consigliere. Guaranteed every time you see me with a pretty woman like Richard Gere. When I'm out in the street, I'm on toes like a ballerina. Moves sturdy like Serafina. Black woman, no coffee creamer. Plot person like Stanley Steamer. Got moves like William Regal. Him voice come right with the feature. Hey, show me the spot on Peacock.
What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody's doing well out there. In today's show, we're going to be going over the Combs family, all right? It's looking real dark over there. It's been dark over there, but it's only getting darker. Just like daylight savings time is kicked in and it's getting darker at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, it's looking about the same over there, and it ain't getting no lighter no time soon, man. I think by the time goddamn time change once again, these motherfuckers still gonna be in the dark. I'm just being honest with y'all. You know what I'm saying? We got the leader of the pack with the father, Diddy. As y'all should know by now, he's been denied bail for the third time. He keeps filing motions, trying to see if he can get out to get home to his family and things of that nature. The judge is saying, hell no. Your ass gonna sit, sir. Okay? We're going to go over that too because it looks like Diddy's requesting some type of laptop to be placed inside of his jail cell as well. Don't know what he needs the laptop for. You know what I'm saying? He's already allegedly been using other inmates' cell phone time. Now he wants a laptop, and we already know that he's used the phone for nefarious reasons, giving people orders to come out and speak on his behalf, and also bribing people, sending money for these positive statements in the press. So I don't think he's going to get it, but whatever. We got him, and we got his two sons, Christian and Justin, both finding themselves in legal trouble. We've got Justin, who's being banned from renting homes in the LA area. So his days of Airbnb and having fun are over because apparently he's having too many loud, rambunctious, destructive parties in the city. So now he's on the blacklist in the city. And we've got his son Christian, who wants to be just like him, King Combs, as he calls himself. You know, there's an essay case that was filed. We heard about it a while back, but now it's resurfacing, and he was recently served papers for a civil suit for his misconduct, all at the same mother effing time. Within the last week, all three of these stories have been coming out, and we've got new allegations on Diddy of allegedly hanging a woman over a balcony. The same story that we heard from Cassie's lawsuit is now being confirmed. We had Miss Tiffany Red talk about that situation. She's involved as well. She wasn't the one that was held over the balcony, but she was present for this. And we'll be very clear, it's not Wale, it's a woman. Okay? So all of this is going on with the Combs family. These motherfuckers are combing through allegations and combing through lawsuits, and it's not looking good on that side of town. All right? Let's start with Diddy and work our way down to the juniors. Now, as I stated before, his bail motion has been denied. Judge Aaron Subramanian has said, no, sir. Okay, defendant Sean Combs renewed his motion for bail on November 8th, 2024. The court held a hearing on November 22nd, and the parties filed supplemental letters on the 25th and 26th for the following reasons. Combs' motion is denied. 1. No condition or combination of conditions will reasonably assure the safety of the community. This is the judge here. So the prosecutors were already stating this, but the judge is saying, we cannot assure the safety of the community if we let this nigga out. That's important. The court has evaluated each of the factors that it must consider under 18 U.S. Code 3142G, nature and circumstances of the offense charged. 2, weight of the evidence against the person. 3, history and characteristics of the person. And 4, nature and seriousness of the danger that will be posed by the person's release. And then they use, of course, some examples. We're not going to go through the examples. The court finds that the government has shown by clear and convincing evidence that no condition or combination of conditions will reasonably assure the safety of the community. In support of this finding, the court provides the following reasons. 1. A rebuttable presumption of detention applies to this case. See 18 U.S. Code 3142 E3D. Even if Combs successfully rebuts this presumption, which the court assumes here, meaning that he's going to keep coming back and, giving rebuttals and trying to answer their concerns. Hold on, where did I stop here? Even if he rebuts this presumption, it remains one of the factors that the court considers in determining whether the government has met its burden of persuasion. Okay. 2, the indictment charges Combs with serious and violent crimes. It alleges that for decades, Combs has abused, threatened, and coerced women and others around him to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct. To do so, Combs relied on the employees, resources, and influence of the multifaceted business empire that he led and controlled, creating a criminal enterprise whose members and associates engaged in and attempted to engage in, among other crimes, trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. It says that Combs himself carried or brandished firearms to intimidate and threaten others, including victims of and witnesses to his abuse, and notes that during searches of Combs' residencies in March of 2024, law enforcement seized firearms and ammunition, including 3 AR-15s with defaced serial numbers, as well as a drum magazine. We talked about all of this before, but this is the judge reiterating all the things that the prosecution has already stated as why he shall not be let out. When Combs' authority or reputation was threatened, the indictment alleges he and members of his enterprise engaged in acts of violence, threats of financial and reputational harm, and verbal abuse. These acts of violence included kidnapping and arson. The indictment also charges Combs with trafficking in violation of 18 U.S. Code 1591. See U.S. Code 3142 G1, requiring the court to consider the nature and circumstances of the offense charged. Okay? So they're not playing with this nigga. Number 3, the government has presented direct evidence of Combs' violence. This includes video footage from 2016. There's clearly violence even in the version of the footage submitted by Combs. Remember, he tried to come out and say, hey, they edited this to make it look like I was a dangerous man. The judge says, no matter how you cut or slice it, bitch, you a violent son of a SOB. I know I said bitch a couple seconds ago and then I shortened it. Leave me alone. So they say even the shit he submitted wasn't no better. And text messages between Combs and victim 1. Okay? Text messages from the hours and days following that 2016 Intercontinental Hotel incident. This is Cassie saying, I have a black eye and a fat lip. You are sick for thinking it's okay to do what you've done. I still have crazy bruising. Okay? So there's even text messages from her to him trying to reason and let him know the wrongdoing that he conducted. Nevertheless, Combs argues that the weight of the evidence does not support a charge of trafficking. In his view, it supports at best a toxic, sometimes violent long-term relationship between Combs and victim one. But regardless of whether that's true, there is compelling evidence of Combs' propensity for violence. Number 4, there is evidence supporting a serious risk of witness tampering. For example, Combs initiated and had unexplained communications with witness 1, who was subpoenaed to testify before the grand jury in June 2024, and in fact testified on July 25th, 2024. Combs was represented by counsel during this time, and they have offered an explanation for some of these communications, but they could not explain them all. For instance, Combs' efforts to call and text witness 1 even after his grand jury testimony, or Combs' deleted text with this witness, trying to hide information. Right? Although the phone records confirm that the defendant using a particular phone number and witness 1 exchanged multiple text messages from June 2024 through August 2024, there were no such messages recovered from Combs' cell phone associated with that number. Further, Combs' interactions with witness 1, and I believe witness 1 is Kalina from Dirty Money, are directly in conflict with defense counsel's representation to Judge Carter on September 18th, 2024, that Combs did not reach out to grand jury witnesses. He didn't do it and he wouldn't do it. So they're saying you lied. Okay. 5, there is evidence that Combs violated Bureau of Prisons regulations during his pretrial detention to obscure his communications with third parties. He paid other inmates to use their phone access code. So all of these things that the prosecution has come out and stated, and Diddy has come out and tried to refute their claims. This is the judge literally saying, based on these things that we're seeing, based on the lies that you told, and based on my review of everything, I can say, yes, these things were inappropriate, therefore we cannot let you out. This is crazy. Hey, you say them niggas in there doing backflips for you and washing your drawers and stuff, get used to them washing your drawers. So yeah, that's this whole PAC code, phone access code. This is about him using inmates' phone access codes and using their numbers to contact people that are not on his approved contact list, meaning he's contacting witnesses and others, although he's not supposed to. And this is the judge confirming these things. Instructed family members and defense counsel to add other people to three-way calls so that their communications were more difficult to trace, and used a messaging program called Contact Me ASAP, although the court recognizes that the parties dispute, whether Contact Me ASAP is permitted or not. The government gives examples of Combs' communications utilizing the means from as recently as November 4th, 2024, directed with efforts to influence the jury pool. So, as y'all can see, that nigga ain't getting out. All right. Now let's get to the other set of allegations that are being sent towards Diddy. This was just a couple days ago. Sean Diddy Combs accused of dangling woman off balcony in new lawsuit. I do not have the lawsuit, but I do have an article basically stating the roundabout contents of said lawsuit. Sean Diddy Combs has been accused of battery by a woman who claims that in September of 2016, the same year that he had that he put hands and feet on Cassie, the music producer dangled her from a 17-story balcony as others were on site, including his former girlfriend, Cassie Ventura. In a suit filed late last week, Brianna Bangolan, who was an aspiring fashion designer at the time of the alleged incident, accuses Combs of outrageous and abhorrent conduct that violated her fundamental dignity, body autonomy, and sense of safety. Bangolan's suit calls what she says happened on September 26, 2016, the culmination of a series of threats, intimidation, and violence that colored many of Miss Bangolan's interactions with Mr. Combs from the day she met him. So basically, he did this. He was violent with her multiple times. That's what she's saying. Miss Bongelin claims that on this particular day, Combs showed up to Cassie's apartment and began shouting and banging on the door. Bongelin instructed her unnamed then girlfriend to hide in the guest bathroom and lock the door because she knew of his violent temper, according to the suit. Interesting. I wonder if that's Tiffany Red. Once Combs gained entry, he spotted Bongelin on the balcony and advanced on her, the suit states. So now at this point, he sees Miss Brianna. He's already dating Cassie, but he sees Miss Brianna and he then tries to come on to her. Combs then grabs her, turns her back to his chest, and groped her breast as she yelled to be left alone before shifting his hands to her armpits and lifting her up on the banister of the 17th floor balcony, according to the suit. Bongelin's suit claims Combs was angry with her, but she did not then and she does not now know what Mr. Combs believes she did. So she doesn't know why he was so angry. The lawsuit states Bongelin managed to get herself back over the banister to safety, but that Combs lifted her up again, with only Combs' grip keeping her from falling to her death. Upon seeing what was happening, Cassie intervened and Combs pulled her back over the balcony, but then slammed her onto patio furniture. Attorneys for Combs said the musician, who is currently in custody awaiting trial on federal charges, firmly denies these serious allegations and remains confident they will be ultimately proven baseless. They say he has unwavering faith in the facts and the fairness of the judicial process. This is the same statement that they said about Cassie. How could we ever believe you, sorry ass nigga? Miss Bongelin's Bongolin maybe suit echoes a situation mentioned in Ventura's dam-breaking November 2023 lawsuit that, while settled quickly, was the first in what turned out to be a barrage of civil lawsuits against Combs. He now faces over 30 civil complaints in addition to being the subject of an ongoing federal investigation. Okay? Ventura's lawsuit, which was settled the day after it was filed, made mention of an incident in which Combs allegedly picked up one of Miss Ventura's friends like a child and dangled the friend over the balcony of the 17th floor hotel suite, I guess you mean. Same story that Ventura was staying in. This alleged incident, however, was stated in Ventura's suit as having taken place after an August 2015 so-called freak-off. So they're saying that the years are not matching up, 2015, 2016. Okay? The term prosecutors and others allege was used to describe Combs' drug and sex-fueled parties. A source familiar with the alleged balcony incident told CNN that the friend mentioned in Cassie's 2023 lawsuit. Hold on, y'all. My camera wigging out. All right. In fact, is Bongelin, and that her allegation is the same one referred to in Ventura's claim. CNN has requested comment from Cassie's attorney. In May, CNN published a surveillance video that showed Combs. Oh, we know that part. Ms. Bongolin, her suit makes reference to Combs of displaying a disturbing pattern of abusive behavior and claims that Combs often showed up to Ventura's apartment unannounced and started banging on the door, at which time Ventura would instruct her to be quiet so as to make Mr. Combs believed no one was home. Her suit claims she saw Combs throw a large kitchen knife at Cassie. All of these stories are very similar. Even Don Richard's account of being in the house with Cassie and Kalina from Dirty Money, they said he was banging on the door. He busted up in there, cursing her out, and she was cooking him food. And then he threw the motherfucking frying pan at her. You know what I'm saying? So all of these stories, they lead up to pretty much the same outcome. I've said it multiple times. Homie need to be put down. Now let's get to the miscreants of his creation. Justin and Christian Combs. Let's go with his twin first, Christian. Okay. Diddy's son, Christian Combs, assault accuser, serves him at Mogul Miami mansion. So he's staying at his pop house out in Miami, and he got served paperwork. Diddy's youngest son, Christian Combs, was served with legal paperwork by his assault accuser at his incarcerated father's Miami mansion. In Touch can exclusively report. According to the court documents obtained by this platform, Grace O'Marquet, who filed a lawsuit accusing Christian, 26 years old, of assault, battery, assault, and intentional infliction of emotional distress, had the paperwork delivered to Diddy's mansion on the water. Okay. Diddy, 55, had been spending time at the mansion before he was arrested in New York on charges of trafficking and racketeering on September 16th. The mogul pleaded not guilty to all charges. I don't give a fuck about him right now. We just talked about him. In her lawsuit, Ms. Grace claimed she worked as a stewardess in the yachting industry since 2018. She said she had planned to work in the industry for the rest of her life, but claimed the alleged incident with Christian derailed those plans. Grace said she was working on a yacht named Victorious in July 2022. She said Diddy chartered a yacht for himself and his son came along. In her suit, she says Diddy turned what was sold as a wholesome family excursion into a hedonistic environment filled with guests who Grace believed were sex workers. Grace said it resulted in an unexpected increase in workload for her and her colleagues, as well as unwanted exposure to unlawful drug use, sex work, and general chaos. During one shift, Grace said that Christian was around. She said he took an immediate interest in her, which she considered to be very inappropriate. She claimed Christian pressured her to drink with him in a recording studio. Grace's suit said Christian violently grabbed Grace's arm and began hurting her. He pulled Grace to the seat beside him and prevented her from getting up. Now, remember, Lil Rod's lawsuit also talked about these freak-offs that happened on a yacht, right? The same yacht that had a recording studio in it in which Cuba Gooding was sitting right next to him. And we have video of Lil Rod and Cuba Gooding sitting down, playing some tunes, and you got Cuba all up in his mix. We got photos of that. So I would not be surprised if this is the exact same yacht that Lil Rod is talking about. Right? So she says he violently grabbed her arm and began hurting her. He pulled her to the seat beside him and prevented her from getting up. Grace said she asked to be able to return to the kitchen, but her pleas fell on deaf ears. She said Christian continued to demand that she take more shots. Grace was quite scared and realized she was in a very dangerous situation. Grace was also feeling the effect of the tequila shots and quickly suspected that the tequila was spiked. A very consistent story. The suit claimed that later in the day, Christian cornered Grace in a room and became physical and extremely aggressive. She said he groped her as she pushed him back constantly. Grace said Christian took off all his clothes and showed off his erection. She said that he grabbed her arms and tried to force her to perform oral copulation on him. Grace started fighting, but he stopped when another employee walked into the room. She said she told her captain the following morning, but he lacked compassion or concern, failed to investigate, and insisted that she was probably voluntarily partying with the guests. So the captain didn't believe her story. He said, I feel like you was down there on your own volition having a great time. Although she said she wasn't. Grace said the captain made her continue serving Christian while they were on the yacht and claimed she was not provided an option to be isolated or not serve Christian. So the captain was literally placing her in close proximity to her assailant. The suit claimed, in addition to losing her employment, Grace also lost her longtime partner with whom she had planned a future. Grace's partner was never the same after seeing Grace's bruises on her body because of Christian's assault and having to deal with the mental and emotional ramifications, so they separated. So that's crazy. Your girlfriend comes home after being assaulted, being abused, being taken advantage of by a superstar's child, and the first thing you're thinking about is your ego but she's showing you the bruises of what happened. I mean, she wouldn't show you the bruises of what happened if she was trying to hide something. So this nigga couldn't handle it and left. Grace's mental health deteriorated to the point that she was medicated and required intensive therapy. Additionally, she fell into a deep depression and was unable to fully carry out her maid of honor duties at the wedding of her only sister in June of 2023, which she had been looking forward to doing for over 18 months. Grace said she continues to suffer serious harm as a result of Christian's actions. At the time the lawsuit was filed, Diddy's attorney slammed Grace's lawyer, Tyrone Blackburn. Oh man, not Ty. Tyrone filed a separate case against Diddy on behalf of music producer Rodney Jones, aka Lil Rod. Okay? So that's Christian finding himself in a world of trouble. But then we got the son that people don't believe is his son, Justin. Excuse me. So we've got him banned from renting homes in Los Angeles after wrecking them. Sean Diddy Combs' son, Justin, has been banned from renting homes in Los Angeles because he would allegedly throw parties that would wreck them. The company that I work with, so this is an unnamed source, saying the company that I work with rented houses to Justin. He would say, I'm having 20 people over, but there would be 200. And then they would wreck the house. It's gotten to the point where nobody will rent to him. He called me to rent and I said no. The source did not provide exact details about how Justin allegedly mistreated properties. Page 6 has reached out to Justin and Diddy's reps for comment, but no one immediately reached back. The actor's lawyer, Jeffrey Lichtman, told the Post, however, that his client had not gotten into any legal trouble related to his alleged ragers. They say Justin has not been charged with the crime or sued civilly regarding any of these accusations for a reason. He did nothing wrong, they say. How you get cut off from renting houses in L.A.? They saying, hey, ain't nobody filed no paperwork on him. Yeah, they blacklisting his ass. We just not gonna rent to him because I'm sure anyone that wanted to fucking file is like, shit, man, going up against his family, shit don't work out no way. Just blacklist his ass. Don't accept his money. Fuck him. Y'all gonna fuck around. All three of y'all gonna be in goddamn bars. All right. And if you want to go back to Lil Rod's lawsuit, Justin went in the bathroom with his daddy and his homeboy, to which his homeboy got shot. Now, I don't know if Justin pulled the trigger or allegedly pulled the trigger, but somebody did, and his homie was bleeding all over the fucking floor in the toilet. The police came, saw the shit, and walked the fuck out. Then they reported to the news talking about it happened down the street from the studio. Nah, it happened in the motherfucking studio. And again, it was reported to the news that the nigga was shot. They just changed the location slightly on the same street of where it happened. I feel like the chickens are going to be coming home to roost on you motherfuckers. You might want to slow down. Okay? Let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Become an insider. I know that this is some fucked up content that we are covering here. And, I've been scaling back on covering Diddy stories and stuff like that. But I'm like, all right, it's been a minute since I've done any updates on the whereabouts of these people. And it just so happens that all three of them got motherfucking stories surfacing on their ass in the past few days. So I said I'll just cover it all in one fell swoop, since it looked like all these motherfuckers want to share a cell together any goddamn way. Okay? These niggas finna be goddamn South Central meeting with their daddy in jail. Ain't that about a bitch? Deuce. Again, I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rag. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef for computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.